Today we are launching image analysis in early access for all Capacities Believers. Image analysis is a package of features that help you get more from your images in Capacities, and it's really cool but also really helpful. So I'm going to spend most of the video sharing that with you today, but as always there are more changes that we have made and I will talk about those towards the end of the video. So as a general point, we care a lot about media in Capacities, images here. We don't see them as just random add-ins to your notes. They deserve special treatment because images themselves can be helpful. They are full of useful information that can help enhance the work that you do in Capacities. So as part of that, we've always had images as a separate object type. It will look something like this so far, where you have the image preview on the left or above, depending on the layout that you choose. You've got your image tags, the properties that we added in the last release, and somewhere for you to take note on your image if you would like. But now, if you are on the Believer plan with AI enabled, you will see this Analyze button. What this does is it extracts all that useful information for you with that one button click. It updates the core properties and it also gives you this analysis. So I have all of the text. If you've been waiting for image OCR, this is how you can do it. It extracts more specific colours and then kind of summarizes them into their colour groups for this property here. It says what category it is and it summarizes everything into this description. It keeps everything there for you in this analysis tab, which you can refer to at any point, but the main focus is that you've still got the notes section first, so you get to work on the note however you like, but these image analysis features are supporting you behind the scenes. Whilst this image object will keep all of this information safely for you, any text that is extracted is fully searchable. So if I type in release 61, that is text showing here in the search results from here. And that is what you need day to day to get use out of this image. So this is one example. I'll show you another. This is a really lovely photo of an entrance hall that's in the Art Deco style. It's obviously got a different category, different colours, different colour palette. I didn't even realise that there was text in this image until I saw this extracted text section. It's not just full text search that has the ability to have this information. The AI assistant does too. And I wanted to show you this example because I thought it was really cool. I knew that it was going to recognise this photograph for the golden fan motifs, but I didn't realise that there was also a similar thing in that previous photo. And it was the analysis that pulled that information out. The AI assistant reviewed it and presented that for me. And that was a really cool moment. Absolutely everything I've shown so far is set up for you. All you have to do is click that Analyze button. We've chosen the categories, we've sorted out the colours, and everything is set up behind the scenes. If you feel like there's a missing category, you can let us know and you can request it in a feedback ticket just via this link to the feedback board in the left hand side. Now we'll look more closely at this particular image. You can see that it's been categorized as an architectural photo, but it was previously added to a collection called architecture. Because of this category and because filling out these categories and the colors is just that one click process, I would recommend moving away from collections if you use them to categorize your photos towards something like this, which are pinned sections in your image object type, which are really simple queries. So for example, this one is looking for all images where the color includes blue. The yellow one is the same, just looking for yellow. And this is a query that's looking for where the category includes architecture. You can craft these queries however you like, because if you have access to this feature, you're on the Believer plan, and Believers have access to queries as well. So you can perhaps recreate the collections that you were using through your queries. And that means that all you have to do day to day is when you have a photo you would like to analyze, you can click that button, it will be categorized, and then these will be updated automatically. So today is the early access release. It will be in this beta testing phase for some time, and then this feature will be available for everybody on Capacities Pro that has AI enabled as well. We do have some plans for developing this further. For example, we will add a setting where you can choose to automatically analyze any image that comes into your space, and we will add similar functionality to the audio, web link, and PDF object types. So stay tuned for that. Each one of these features will go into the early access phase for Believers first, and then go on to the Pro tier. So that's everything for this stage of the image analysis. We hope that you like it. And now we can move on to explore some of the other things that we've added in this release. The first is aliases for tags. Aliases allow you to refer to the same object in multiple ways. So I don't just have to refer to this as interior design, I can say interiors. And then if I'm searching for that, if that's what comes to my mind first, I will find that in the search linked to the same tag. Previously, tags could not have aliases, but they now can. So if you would like to use aliases, then you just go to this button here to set up the aliases that you require. Next up are some new editor settings, and it's here, default state for backlink sections. Every one of your notes will have backlinks, and you can now choose if you want them open or closed by default. If you're on Capacities Pro or Capacities Believer, you also have access to unlinked mentions, and you can choose to either have them open or closed by default, or hide them entirely if that's not something that you're interested in seeing. You can also choose which view your backlinks show in by default. If I have a look at this quote and scroll down to the backlinks, this is the embed view, which is the default that I set up. Whatever default view you have, you can still customize it with this button here. You can change the view with this button. You can add grouping, filter, sort, whatever you like, but this just applies to this one object. These settings here are for all of your objects by default. Next up is the object sidebar. In the last video, I showed you that we'd added an information icon under the 3 dots with the new static sidebar, but we've actually deprecated that because we were playing with it and decided to go a different direction. The sidebar had 3 sections: table of contents, objects inside, and text stats. All of those things still exist, they're just in a different place. So the table of contents is still visible with this hover menu here, and if you've got headings, you can use this to navigate your page. The text stats are now in the 3-dot menu, and the objects inside have been added to our newly redesigned sidebar with this box. This groups all of the things that you've mentioned or linked to in your object, and you can use it again as navigation. I like to use this when I am reviewing typically non-fiction book notes when they're really long and I've linked to lots of new concepts or people or things, and I will just go through each type one by one and use these to find them in the notes, which are typically quite long. And the benefit of this is that they are in context of the rest of the notes around it, which can be helpful for reiterating the understanding that you've got about that new thing from your book notes. With it being in the side panel as well, you also get to choose how you want to view it, so you can have a more dynamic setup based on whatever you need at that time. And the final thing to share is that there is a new community integration available for Capacities Pro users that use an Android device. This aims to help quick capture. It sends things straight to your daily notes, and it has a widget, which I know a lot of people have requested. If this is something that you're interested in, I will leave the link to the Google Play Store page in the description, and you can check it out from there. So that's everything for release 61. We hope you like it. There is much more to come. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments below.